my name is Tasha Konita.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Muhammad Aldan Digo Wardana.
Halo, my name is Alafia.
Okay, now we're gonna present our group discussion. Let's start. Okay? We're gonna start with part 1. I'm gonna do the number 1 and number 3. Sorry. So number 1, what useful skill have you learned in your life? Please elaborate them. So one of the most useful skills I've learned in my life is probably writing. Because with writing or arts, I would say arts, right? Because arts can include lots of different things like writing, like video editing, graphic designs, and all sorts of stuff, right? I love arts because these skills allows me to elaborate my feelings towards whatever I want it to become. You know, sometimes there are things that I just can't talk about with people, or I don't know how to express it. That's why I use arts. That's why I love learning arts. It's one of the most useful skills I've learned in my life. Even though maybe it's quite argumentative that you cannot really bring art to helping other people, but to me at least, it was not about a morally code. It's about me being happy doing what I want to. Because what I learned is I'm only going to be happy if I become what I want to become. Right? Okay, number 2. Work out a route from one side of a city to another using at least 4 different kinds of transport. Consider the time, cost, and environmental impact. So, a route with 4 different kinds of transport. So, number 1, I would say motorbike. Okay, I'll figure out the route first. So, I'm going to start with Gading Serpong because that's where I live right now. And going into Jakarta. Jakarta, the south of Jakarta, Jakarta Selatan. I would say number 1 would be motorbike, which is my own personal choice. I would love going to I love to go to Jakarta using my motorbike because it's not really environmental friendly, but it's quite efficient. It's quite fast, even though it's quite hot. So it depends on the time and how much it costs. It doesn't cost a lot because the bike that I'm using is actually pretty eco-friendly. Pretty money saving friendly in a way, right? So that's what I would consider. And then number 2 would be cars. I go a lot of time I go to Jakarta is with my friend's car, and it is also quite budget saving because 4 people or 5 people in one moving vehicle at once, that saves a lot more than us going individually with our own motorbike, right? That transport costs a little bit more than bike, but it's also faster because you can go onto the highway. You can go past the highway because you can't do that with motorbike. Number 3 would be bicycle. I don't recommend it, to be honest, but hey, if you're really eco-friendly, you want to be healthy, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, use bicycle. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not quite athletic myself, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't recommend it, but hey, you do you, I guess. And lastly, it would be public transportation, in which case I would recommend the train. So for the route, train only takes about 20 minutes from Cisauk, Gading Serpong, to south of Jakarta, Jakarta Selatan. And it only takes 20 minutes, and it costs around like 4,000 rupiah or 5,000 rupiah, something like that. Very, very eco-friendly and very budget-friendly. That's all from me. Next.
Okay, so for next is me for number 2 and 6. Number 2, have you ever spoken to a large group of people? Please explain. So I do have experiences of talking with a lot of people, in front of a lot of people, such as from my English speaking competition when I was in high school and elementary school. I have a lot of experience in English speaking competition because I really love speaking, even though I'm a little bit nervous sometimes, but it gives me more confidence the more I do it. And for the next, can you explain your food and diet and why you have chosen it? Please explain. So for me, my diet isn't anything specific. I'm actually a very picky eater, and I only eat what I want and when I want it, even though it's not really healthy. So I don't like anything that's spicy, so I avoid anything like with pepper or chili. I also like to, instead of eating 3 times a day with like breakfast, dinner, and lunch, I prefer to eat most of the day, most of the time, like a little by a little every few hours, like maybe with some snacks or just yeah, a little food like that. And that's all for me. Thank you. Next.
So I'm gonna answer the question for number 4 and number 5. Think of solution for the following situation. People often feel stressed at work and become unproductive. The solution I will suggest for the people that feeling stressed after work is to do their hobbies, like maybe watching Netflix, hanging out with their friends, and also visiting some new restaurant near their office, and like having a recharge from the food. Um, and number 5 is, how would you reduce the pollution in Jakarta? There is so many ways to reduce pollution, like maybe planting a tree or a plant in the backyard of your house, and then taking a public transportation, or maybe just walking by yourself to your office or your school. And also you can do like reduce, recycle, and reuse the the garbage you will throw, but you can reuse it again. And there is more, but I think that 3 tips will be the most important.
Okay, so next for the part 2 of describing pictures, I will describe photo number 2, which I will put in the video later. So we have this poster of the film The World's End, Prepare to Get Annihilated by Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. So from what I see in the picture, there are characters in front of the picture. It seems to be like a very science fiction with a lot of fantasy aspects to it. And from Edgar Wright, the director of Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, it can be a very interesting movie. I will actually watch it myself because I really love science fiction, and it seems very fun for me. There's a little bit of action, I think, with a lot of people in the back. So yes, I will be waiting for it.
So I will describing about the photo number 3. There's a woman and a little boy that wearing a firefighter uniforms, and the woman seems like teaching about the little boy how to extinguish a fire when there's a fire in your house, and there's a big fire in your house, and you have to extinguish the fire. So yeah.
Hello, alright, so I'm going to describe picture number 6. I'm going to tell you first, we're gonna edit it here. Boom. Right? I'm going to tell you first why I pick the picture number 6. It's because it looks hilarious. Alright? Take a look at the picture here. I'm gonna zoom in here. And the picture shows like drawn two labor workers, I believe. That's 2 labor workers squeezing something out of a fish. I'm guessing it's the intestine, into a bucket, into 2 buckets, a bucket each. Right? There's a huge fish on the picture there. A huge painted fish. I don't know what kind of fish this is. I'm not quite familiar with marine objects, marine animals, but I do know that that's a fish. And in the picture we can see a mother. Well, a woman and a child. I would assume she was the mother. She is the mother, and the kid is her child. Alright. And this is one of the reasons why I picked this picture. As you can see, the mother was trying to show the painting to her daughter, and her daughter looks absolutely traumatized. Look at her. Just a typical toddler, hanging out with her pink tie shoes, with her yellow shirt, and she looks absolutely traumatized. I'm guessing she doesn't like fish, but who knows? That's all. Alright, so we're at part number 3. So there's this picture showing us, it's like a diagram. Which of these ideas would attract more people to an art festival? There's stalls selling food, there's activities and events for children, groups playing traditional music, stalls where people can recreate their own art, and an art exhibition by local school. For me personally, I would think an art exhibition by local school would be the most interesting and would attract more people, because I myself is an artist and I love art. I think people should try to learn art, and that really is it has a lot of meanings in art. So not only that the artist can put meanings into it, but people who saw the art can also put their own meaning into it, and sometimes it's relatable. So I would agree by saying that an art exhibition by local school would be more interesting.
Okay, so since you discussed about everyone having a chance to make their own art, I think like a stall maybe where people can create their own art can be more immersive for the everyone who visits, and even the maybe since it's at school, the parents or teachers can come in and they can also make their art with their children to bond them together and make something amazing that you can remember. I think that would be very fun for the whole family.
I have a different opinion. I think to opening stalls that selling food, it will attract more people to the festival, even though it was an art festival. But I think everybody likes to have a culinary, like eating like a lot of food. I think it will be attract more people.
Alright,
than the art.
so we all have different opinions, and we all brought really, really good points. So what should we do? We should agree to disagree. Alright, so we have arrived into the last part of the question. So we believe we're gonna choose only one, right? So we already choose, and we pick number 3. Where would you like to go on a holiday in the future, and why? For me, I'm not really the individual that enjoys, that particularly likes going to travel. But if I really had to pick, I would say maybe New Zealand. Why New Zealand? Oh, maybe New Zealand or Greenland. Why? Because I love nature. I really love admiring nature, and I guess New Zealand or Greenland really has that vibe into it. You know, some place that you cannot really find. I mean, Japan is beautiful, Korea is beautiful, but you cannot see mountains in Japan or Korea. Actually, there is Fuji Mountain in Japan, but everybody already seen it, right? Nobody went to New Zealand to see the mountains, even though it's so much beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. The hills, New Zealand people are really, really nice. It's incredible. Also, Greenland, come on. Don't you want to see the what do you call that? The rainbow thingies at night? The aurora. Yeah, aurora. What? No, why would you see the aurora? Aurora is really, really beautiful. Imagine you're on a mountain top, you're thinking about life, and but damn, aurora just came by. That's like my life is complete. I was like, yo, what else do I really want? You know, seeing that would really make a new chapter in my life. Yeah, that would be something that even if I don't photograph it, I would remember it. It would always be stick in my mind. I will always remember that. It's gonna really give an impact, make a great impact in my life, especially the way that I'm going to make my art. So that's where I wanna go. Please endorse me. Thank you.
Okay, so for the next one, for me, I'm a simple person. I see Lego, I like it. So for my holiday, I wish I could go to Legoland, specifically in Japan, which is located in Nagoya, because it has a hotel and I can stay there. Having being a Lego fans, I really love Lego. I watch a lot of Ninjago. I watch all of them. I'm a huge fan. I love collecting Lego and building it. And if I could go to Legoland, it will be very amazing and interesting experience for me, because maybe I could visit or maybe see like the amazing buildings that they can make with Lego. Like, and in Japan too, I really love going to Japan. I really love the culture too, and I would really love to be able to study the language and culture as well. And Japan, Legoland, it's just a perfect match for me. I love it, and I would really want to go there one day soon. I hope so.
About the question that asking about where do I want to go holiday in the future, I really wanted to go to South Korea because it was like my childhood dreams to go to Korea to like I really like Korean culture, so I wanted to see the with my own eyes like the K-pop culture, the fashion, the makeup, and all of them, even the food. So I really want to go to Korea. Maybe I can visit the Gangnam or Incheon or every place there, even Hongdae. So I think I really wanted to go to Korea.